Zacchaeus kept his days measured. Coins stacked in neat rows, tallies checked twice, doors locked before sunset. People came and went, but never stayed. He told himself it was easier that way, even if the quiet stretched longer than it should. He knew what they said about him, not loudly, not directly, but in the way conversations paused when he passed, or how eyes slid past him like he wasn't worth the trouble of anger anymore. That part bothered him more than anything. Being disliked was something he understood. Being dismissed felt different. He had learned not to look too long at faces in the market. It only reminded him of who he used to be before the numbers mattered more than names. There were moments, though, when the silence followed him home. He would sit at his table, food untouched, listening to the faint sounds of other homes nearby. Laughter through open windows, a door closing, someone calling a name that wasn't his. He told himself he didn't need that. He said it often enough that it almost sounded true. The morning he heard Jesus was passing through, it didn't feel important at first. Just another name people spoke with that same quiet hope he had stopped believing in. Still, something about the way the streets filled earlier than usual made him pause longer than he intended. He stepped outside. The air carried voices, not hurried like business, but steady, expectant. He followed at a distance, careful not to be noticed, though he wasn't sure why that still mattered. By the time he reached the road, the crowd had already gathered. Too many people, too close together. He stopped at the edge, measuring the space like he always did, calculating what it would cost to push through. It wasn't worth it. It never was. He glanced toward a tree nearby, its branches low enough to hold him if he climbed carefully. It was a simple solution, one that didn't require asking anything from anyone else. So he climbed. The bark was rough under his hands, small pieces breaking away as he pulled himself up. He settled on a branch that gave him a clear view, far enough to stay unseen. That was the point. Below, the crowd shifted as Jesus approached. Zacchaeus didn't expect much, just a passing glance maybe, something to confirm that this was like everything else, temporary, distant, not meant for him. Then Jesus stopped, not near him, under him. Zacchaeus froze, his grip tightening on the branch, as if staying still might make him disappear. But Jesus looked up, not past him, not through him, at him. Zacchaeus, Jesus said, his voice steady, like he had been expected all along. Come down, I'm coming to your house today. For a moment, nothing moved. The crowd, the air, even the thoughts he usually kept so carefully ordered, everything seemed to pause. He climbed down faster than he had gone up, not thinking about the eyes now fixed on him or the murmurs rising around them. They followed him. Of course they did. Inside his home, the quiet felt different. Not empty, not stretched thin, just unfamiliar. He set the table with hands that didn't feel as steady as they used to. He wasn't sure what to say or where to begin, so he started with what he knew. I've taken more than I should have, Zacchaeus said, not looking up, from people who couldn't afford it. The words stayed in the room longer than he expected. I'll return it, he added, more than I took, whatever it takes. Jesus didn't interrupt. He didn't correct him or rush him forward. He just listened.
and somehow that made it harder to keep going. Zacchaeus finally looked up, meeting a gaze that didn't shift away. "This doesn't fix everything," he said quietly. It wasn't a question. Jesus nodded, just once. Outside, the crowd had thinned by the time the door closed behind him again. The street looked the same, but it didn't feel the same. In the days that followed, Zacchaeus began returning what he had taken. Not all at once, not perfectly. Some doors opened, some didn't. Some people listened, some turned away before he could finish speaking. He understood that, more than he wanted to. One afternoon, he stood outside a house he remembered clearly. He raised his hand to knock, then stopped. There were no voices inside, no movement. A neighbor passing by slowed just enough to say, "They left months ago." Zacchaeus lowered his hand. He stood there longer than he needed to, staring at a door that wouldn't open, realizing there were things he had waited too long to make right. That evening, he sat at his table again, the same table, the same room, but the quiet had changed. It wasn't something to avoid anymore. It was something he had to sit with. He reached for his food, pausing for a moment before taking the first bite. No voices came through the walls that night, no laughter, just stillness. And for the first time, he didn't turn away from it, because he understood now. It wasn't just what he had taken from others, it was who he had been while taking it. And that was something no coin could return.